Hello.
Hello, it's us. We're back. Pardon this empty space. We're doing some reorganizing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not as full of patterns as it usually is. Whew. So, did we do our last video last week, or is it week
No,
before
it's been like
last?
2 weeks or something.
Okay.
Maybe longer than that. Sorry.
Well, we hope you've had a good 2 weeks since we made a video. We've done some interesting stuff around the shop. First things first, we're participating in Collective Stitche, which is sort of like a shop hop kind of thing. There are participating shops all over the U.S. that are cooperating with designers, and basically each shop has its own exclusive pattern that you can't get anywhere else except at that shop. And we've paired up with Tiny Modernist, and we're super excited about that. And unfortunately, I don't have the finished piece actually finished yet because we're still working on it. Amanda and I have been plugging away at this thing. But here's ours from Tiny Modernist. I have a little bit more detail on there. But if you come by our shop, you can grab a chart for free, and you also get a chance to enter to win. I think they're giving away 3 subscriptions to Just Cross Stitch magazine. And also, there are a couple of assortments of Sulky's petite cottons that they're giving away too. So whenever you get a pattern from a shop that's participating in Collective Stitche, it has a code on the bottom. And if you go to collectivestitch.com, you can enter that code basically to get yourself an entry to try to win one of the big prizes. So we're doing that.
We'll be having an event on the 22nd of this month. It will be a Saturday.
Yep.
And it's just during open hours, kind of starting at 11.
Yeah, gave us a little time to get things ready since when we open at 10.
Yeah, we're open 10 to 4 every day except Mondays and
Sundays and
Mondays. And yeah, you can come in and we'll have some food and
we'll have food and drinks. And we are probably going to do sort of a FaceTime chat or something with Cheryl from Tiny Modernist, since she's in Toronto and we're in Oregon, so it's a little bit of a distance there. And we're also going to be selling kits to do the kit to do that free chart with. So basically, you can come in and get everything that you need to put that chart together. So it's cute. The theme this year for Collective Stitche overall is spring. So as you can tell from this one, it's springy flowers and that sort of thing. Last year's I think was winter. We didn't own the shop last year at this time, so we didn't participate, but we're looking forward to it this year and in the future. So yeah, stop by the shop, get an exclusive pattern from Tiny Modernist. Yeah. But yeah, so that's my whip right now that I'm trying to finish.
My other one, well, I've done a couple of these because I was trying to do some models of these Modern Organics series.
Nice.
So it's the Summerhouse Stitchworks Modern Organic series, which they're kind of like more primitive style stitching, but with more modern colors. And they're small, so they're good for beginners or intermediate who maybe want to do that style, but don't really find ones that are kind of
speaking to them.
Yeah. So right now I'm on the last one, which is Whispering Winter. I'm almost done with it, and I can show you the other ones. So I've done Gentle Spring already, and I'll put the finished ones that I've done. I can just show you here right now. That's what Whispering Winter will look like. Resplendent Autumn. I like that one the best. I like the colors the best on that one. And Radiant Summer. I just didn't do the initials at the bottom. They're not provided on the chart. You can look up similar style ones. I just didn't feel like doing it. But yeah, they're nice quick stitches. They're all, let's see, let me look at the stitch count. They're about like just under 50 wide by 60 high on most of them. They're pretty small, so they're relatively quick to put together.
Yep, she's been churning them out the past week. I've been very impressed by her stitching speed, especially considering that mine is so slow, and that when I've been working on our little Tiny Modernist Stitch Collective one, I realized that I'd messed something up, so I had to rip some out and do it again. And then I got like onto the 3rd flower and suddenly realized that I had been using the wrong color for 2 of the other flowers. And it's my math thing, like dyslexia, you switch letters, I switch numbers, and so it was like 3607 instead of 3706, and I was just like, no!
I do that. That's why I write the the symbols on my bobbins.
Yeah. I ended up
because
doing
I
that
can't
because
look
I
at
was
the
just
numbers.
like, I can't make this mistake
No.
again. I'm gonna give up if I do.
Numbers are just like writing them in sand in my head. Like it just doesn't stay in my head.
But yeah, so I had to rip out a couple of flowers and then redo them, and then I ended up passing it off to Amanda's last night because we were trying to finish it for today.
I
It's
tried.
not finished, as you can tell.
I was very tired.
But yeah, we'll finish it this weekend and have it up by Tuesday.
Yeah.
My other whip that I'm paused on right now because I'm working on the spring one is the I'll Be Home series from
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks Primitives. Thank you. I was looking right at it and just couldn't get it into my head. That's the October Cottage, which is the witch house in Salem, Massachusetts, which is super cute. It doesn't look anything like a witch house right now. It's just like some outlining, but I'm working on it. And I'm getting further in. So it's funny because actually this is the second one I have in progress right now that is the Salem witch house.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm doing another one by Blackwood and Breyer, which is an online designer, and I was waiting on a floss. She uses, I think, Lila's flosses or Lila's fibers, something.
Yeah,
I can't remember the company name, so we will put it down in the description. But nobody around here sells those, and
Including
I thought
us.
including us. And I thought, oh God, am I gonna have to order this color from Hungary because it was the way it's like a black, gray, white variegation. It was really cool looking, but I couldn't find a good dupe for it here, and it was either like the DMC's black. Like color variations was too blue, and I needed something that was more of a
warm
like
tone.
a warmer black, and then like the other kind of blacks that I could get from either Weeks or Gentle Art or Classic Colorworks just wouldn't work with it.
We
So I was-
tried.
we tried, man. We went through everything that we have in the store trying to find this. So I was gonna do it with one and I didn't like it, so I actually need to frog a big section of it. But I ended up finding a store in Massachusetts that sells Lila's threads, so I ordered it from there, so I didn't have to wait for it to come from Hungary.
We will also put them down
Yes,
below.
we will put them
just 'cause
down
we
below.
can't remember their names.
Yeah, the name has escaped me right now. It's in my email. But thank you very much, Shop, for sending me for having that so I could buy it from you. But yeah, so looking forward. This one's gonna end up being a model for the shop since we're gonna carry that
Yeah.
series.
Same with these ones, and we're also working on. Actually, a couple of our friends are working on some models for us too. The Tiny Modernist cities. We're going to do the Pacific Northwest cities and put them all together. So we'll have Portland, Seattle, and Vancouver on a little board that we put some.
Yeah,
what
we're
was
gonna
the name
try-
of that material? That paint?
It's pickling. It's called
It's like
pickling. It's like
whitewashing.
whitewashing. It's basically like a kind of sheer paint that you
Yeah.
put on there. So we're gonna try a fancy finish on
Yeah.
that one with hers. Or just
I've
like
got a couple of
stick it on
finishes
there.
that I'm going to be a little ambitious with.
Yeah.
These I don't know how I'm gonna. I think I might just do it in a hoop.
I think
yeah.
those would look nice in a hoop.
Yeah, when we saw them too at Nashville, they were all in hoops, just like in the photos.
Yeah.
So
And I like framing in hoops. I just like how it looks. It's just like a nice, clean, modern sort of look to finishing things. Like
That's how
some things need a frame, and some things I'm like, no, I think you need a hoop.
that's how
So,
I'm used to framing things because when I started stitching, like I don't know, 5 years ago, it was all I only found stuff online, even though apparently there's a bunch of places in Ohio that had there were stitching places in Ohio. I just was not aware of them at all. And that was how everybody framed their stuff. So that's just how I thought things were framed, or sometimes like in
Yeah.
a regular picture frame, which
yeah.
that works too. The one I want to finish is that Australia one, but it's huge. So none of our frames fit, or none of our hoops fit it. I'm not sure about any of our frames, so I'm gonna have to figure something out.
Yep. We have ideas.
We have some ideas. It's just
We
trying
just
to
need
get them.
take it with us and put it up against
Yeah.
like boards and stuff that we find at Joanne or Michael's to see if it'll
Yeah.
work for it.
I may take a page from Priscilla's finishes where she puts, if it's like on a piece of metal, put magnets on the back of it. That way you don't have to worry about positioning it and like messing that up.
Yeah.
So I might do something like that, just not as elaborate of a finish, just because the way that Australia thing looks, it might take away from it, so it might not work as well as her
Yeah.
stuff. Speaking of which, I'm going to use that to segue into our new stuff, because we have the new hands-on design.
Yes! Look! Star Spangled Farm. Wait. Star Spangled Swine Farm. Sorry, I missed the pinky part. But look at how cute they are. We're super excited
We just
about
got
that.
that
We just got
today.
that today, like literally.
We also
when
got
dropped
in
it
the
off.
next set of the Scary Apothecary series from Hands-On Design.
Yes.
So we've got...
Cackle Lozenges.
Cackle Lozenges. And, whoops, that's upside down. Coffin paint. And Cauldron cleaner.
Oh my god, that one's so cute. I love
So
this. I love that
those will
set
all
so
be on the
much.
website by the time we post this.
Yep.
We also have some other new stuff that's come in since our last one. I can't remember if we did this on the last one, so ignore us if we already talked about it.
If we already talked about
The
it.
next
we'll
Tiny
share it
Modernist
again.
Words to Live By entry, which is if you can dream it, do it, which is very close to the line from Rocky Horror. If you can dream it, be it.
Yeah.
It's very close. We also have new Plum Streets this week. We have Summer Delivery, which has a little horse
delivering a sheep.
a sheep.
I love
With lots of like Quaker stars and American flags and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We have summer Saltboxes. We have spring already, and this is the next one. And then we have Peace, Love, and Purpose, which has like a little couple outside their house, and some like Quaker designs and flowers. And
I think Plum Street's one of my favorite primitive designers. I just really like her, like what she puts in her stuff. And, and her older outer print stuff too, like the Exumery collection and that kind of Exumery. Did I say that right? It's one of those words that I've only ever read, so I have no idea if I just said it right or if that was totally wrong.
like all the tomb
the
stone
the tombstone ones, and
like
her
the cool
Halloween
one
ones
that I
are
did.
so great. I love her Halloweens. One day I'm gonna get fast enough to actually stitch all of the stuff that I want to stitch. One day when my daughter isn't 2 years old, and every time I start stitching, she crawls in my lap like, "Hi, Mom. How are you?"
Yeah, I'm gonna pay attention to you
Yep.
right now.
Yep. It's like I'll ignore you when you were doing nothing earlier, but now I need your attention. So.
That's about it. We've gotten some more stuff on the website, including some out-of-print stuff, or hard to find, because sometimes I can't find it through our distributors, and I'm not 100% sure if they're still producing it. So if you see something on there that you know is not out of print, let us know, and I can change that.
Yeah.
That's kind of why this looks like this at the moment. It's because I'm working on this section.
Yeah.
So right now I'm in the middle of adding a bunch of the, what are those? The Homespun Elegance, like this one. They're older patterns, so, and they also provide, because I like to, on our website, we usually put the fabric, like the recommended fabric and floss and everything, including the DMC alternatives with it, just so it's a little bit easier on you. We will eventually have an option to buy it with the fabric and the floss, or at least
with the floss.
Sometimes fabric is more of a personal choice, and
Yeah.
Some of these, especially the older ones, there's fabrics that we can't get anymore because they're not produced anymore. So
But yeah.
we will try and add that in the near future once we get everything on there.
Yeah, eventually it's going to be like an option, like a drop. You drop down, you can either pick just the chart or the chart plus the floss, chart plus DMC floss, chart plus called for floss,
Yeah.
like Weeks Dye Works or that sort of thing.
And with this one, a lot of times with the like the fancy floss, like the Weeks and all that stuff, they'll actually put a DMC blend recommendation instead of just the one DMC color, which is kind of interesting, although it makes entering everything in there a little bit more difficult for me.
Yep.
But it's kind of cool because I haven't seen that yet when I've gone through these patterns, and I've gone through whatever's on the website is what I've added on there.
Yep.
So whatever is on there, it's getting hot in here. We have the air conditioning off so you can hear us.
Yeah, because we have a really old, janky AC unit that one of these days we're going to replace.
One day.
But yeah, anyway, so I think that's about it for this week.
I think so.
I'm going to go home and hopefully finish stitching that so I can get back to my Halloween stitching, because it's me and I like Halloween stitching. Yeah. So happy June.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride to all of our LGBTQIA plus
Yeah. We have a lot
viewers.
of acronyms in there.
We do. Yep. So thanks a lot for watching. Be sure to subscribe to us, follow us on social media, sign up for our email newsletter, all that kind of stuff, and happy stitching.
Bye.
Bye.